Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for watching this video. In this video, we are going to use combo box or we can say drop down in VBCS. So how we can use where we can utilize all the things we are going to learn in this video. So when we will create, you can see that kind of web page we are going to create where the first two in text box will having the data and the third text box will be the drop down, that is the combo box, and whatever operation we will select, based on that it will return back the result in the third input text. So all these things we are going to develop in this video. So what you will learn in this video, you will learn how to set the web page, default web page in VBCS, and yes, we will learn about the combo box. Select one combo box with the static data. So let's begin to the practical part. So here you can see I have already created the application, that is Addition app, and in the Addition app we created one web application, that is Addition, and inside that web application we have the main flow having the two web pages, that is the main calculator web page and the main start web page. So whenever we will run the integration, what kind of page will default start, how we can identify. So we will learn here only. So let me first create a new web page so that we can create that kind of environment, that kind of web page. So let me create one page. So here I will click here, select the create page, and here I will give the name as calculator with combo box. This is the page ID. Just click on create. So you can see new page created. And once new page created, it will show the basic details. So now even we can change the details. So how we can set this the page, the calculator with combo box page as a default page. If I will run run this web page, you can see the by default it will open previous or whatever web page set. So here you can see by default it's open the calculator application page. So how we can set our page, this page as a default page. So for that you need to go to flow. So here you can see this main is the flow. Once you will click on main, it will show that main flow open. So here you can see in the main flow this is the design, and here if you will go to the setting, you will have option to default page. So for which page we want to make default, right now you can see main calculator web page is default, so we have to make our page calculator with combo box to default page. So here in drop down I will select the main calculator combo box. Now once done, if you will go to the diagram, we have the basic details, and if you will go to the main page and if you will execute here, this page will be set as default. So let me change the text here. So first go to the design code and delete all the things whatever we have in the page. So here you can see everything is removed. Let me add one header. Heading, I will give heading name as something like, so I will give the heading as calculator app with combo box. Okay, so here you can see this is our heading. Let me make its size a little bit small. So now we want to make this as default page. So we have already done the setup to making this as a default page. Just run the application. So when we will run the application, the default page will be our latest page. Here it's taking a little bit of time to load. So you can see now page with the message calculator app with the combo box is open by default. So now it's time to do the changes and develop the page. So what kind of logic we have to implement? We have to implement a logic like we have to add this two number box, input box, so that we can take number, and then the one combo box, and then third for the input box, so that where we can show the result. So let me add that one. So before going to add anything, I will add the form layout. Drag the form layout so that we can add the element here. In the form layout, here you can see we have to add the input box. So input number we will select. Here you can see. So once we will select the input number, it will allow us to enter the only numeric value, so that we don't need to typecast or anything. So here, but if you will see here, we have one differences. The input box having the text hint or the label inside this box only. So how we can make it outside? So here you can see select the form layout. So now form layout selected, you can see properties form layout. Go to below edge and you can see label edge. Once you will go label edge, make this as a start. So once you will select the label as a start, you can see the label is coming outside the text box. or we can say the number box. So we selected, right, input number. So now here you can see we have some additional spaces. We have to remove this one. So how we can do these things? Select the input number box, and here we have somewhere we will have the, let me say, the all properties, and if you will see, we will have one, yeah, you can see user assistant density. So here we will select as compact. So you can see the additional spaces has removed, right? So now we have to add another one. So I will give the name as number 2. I will change this number to first value. First value. Now we have to add another input box to take another second value. So instead of dragging the number again and again, I will go to the code, and here you can see this is our input number. So this input number, I will make a copy of that. This is the input number. I will make copy and place. And instead of giving first number value, I will make it as a second value. And if you will go to the design, you will be able to see these two value, the first value, second value. Now we have to add the combo box. So again, go to the components. It's taking little bit of, sometimes it's generate error. You can see when click here the component and it's showing error. So just go to the code, again design. Now it's showing that. So here we have to select the combo box. And combo box, we have two combo box, the combo box 1 and many. So we have to go for combo box 1 so that it will select only one value. So I will drag this combo box here. So the combo box added, and we have to change the name to the combo box. So go to the general, and here instead of combo box 1, I will give the name as select operation. What operation we want to perform. And in the combo box, we have to add the value. So here again, you can see we have some extra spaces. So go to the all properties, search the density. And here in density, select the compact. So you can see that's changed. Right. Now here we have to provide the value in dropdown. If you will go to the live and once click here, you will not have any option, any value. We have to provide the value here. So there is two ways to provide the value. The first way is that go to the quick start tab, and here you can see we have two options. Add option that will be mapped from the database, and the second is create a static list of option. So we will go for the create a static list of option. So click here, and here you can see we have to set the label and the value for that label, so that this label will reflect to the user in the page, and the value will be whenever user will select any label, that specific value for this label will be reflect inside or in the code. So here we'll give the name as first value as addition and operation, and here what value we want to provide? We want to provide the plus operation. And here even we can add the icon also. So right now I don't want to add any icon. Go and here add option. Again, subtraction, and here we'll go select minus. The same thing we can do using code only. So here just go for finish. So you can see these two value is added. If you will go to the data, you can see the addition and subtraction is added here, right? The same thing if you will go to the code, you will be able to see using the code only. So here you can see this is the combo box 1. In the combo box, we given the name as select operation, and here you can see we have two options, addition, subtraction. So even here we can add a few more, subtraction, and here we will add multiplication, and here I will select next one will be the division, and the last will be, sorry, the last will be reminder as percentage. Here but you can see these are the name, right, name of the value that will reflect from front end, but here we don't have option to set the value for that, right? So here you can see the text we added and the value plus minus, and here you can see this is the multiplication. So I will set the asterisk. Even if you want to set this value, you can say division, here we have to set the division reminder, we can set using the front end. So design page, you will go to the design page, select the combo box, and here you can see we have option. So these three are set. Just click on the option. Here you can see this is a division and value is minus because we have just copied that one. So select the value, go to the Combobox again, and the last option here we have percentage. So select the percentage operation. Now everything is done. If you will go to the code, you will be able to see the same value. You can see value is equals to slice and the percentage. So now we are done with the design. So here now we have to map the this number input box to the variable so that whenever we will select any value, that value will be reflect in the backend so that we can perform the operation. So let me add one more input box that will be for the result. So here this is the input box. You can see I will copy this input box again after the combo box, right? And here I will give the second, instead of second value I will give the result hint as a result, and everything is same. Just go to the design and here you can see new input number is added. Now we want to make this result as a read only so that we cannot change the value. Whatever will be the result of the operation of these two value, it will reflect here only. So go to the properties, select the input number, go to the properties, and here we have one option as read only. So now we make this as a grayed out so that read only. So now here you can see if we will run this application, you can see here we have the value. The first value we have to enter second value, and here we have to select the operations. You can see we have the various operations, right? All the static operations, static value we added here, right? And right now we are not getting any value, so we have to add the logic. Whenever user will select any value here in the combo box, the addition of this two number or the based on the operation, it will reflect here. So what we can do, go to the code, and again here what we have to do, we have to first map the variable with this three input box. So for this first value we have to create one variable, for second value and the result for what we have to create the variable. So go to the select the input box, and here in the data just click here, and here we can create the variable. So we want to create the variable at page level, right? So that we don't want to use this variable outside this page or in any different page. So that's why I will create variable. We can create variable by clicking on here, or directly we have, this is the page, our main page, calculator with combo box, and here you can see we have option for variable. So we can create variable from here. Both two places we can create the variable. So let me create my variable, click here and give the variable name. So I want to give the var first number, and I will select the type as number, create. So one variable created with the number type, right? Even we can provide the default value, but I don't want to provide any default value here. So now we have to create another variable, go and provide the name var underscore second number and the type as number, create. And the third variable we will create for result. So var underscore result, again it will be for number type and create. So three variable we created. Now we have to map the input box with three variables. So go to the page designer, and here click on the first value, input value text, select here, go to the data and provide the variable. So once you will go to the drop down, here you can see the first variable. Now go for second input box, select the second variable, the var second number, and here for this result, select here, go to the data and again select the var result. So now whatever value we will provide in this input box, the value will having the variable, and that variable will be linked with this value. Now we want to provide the result inside this variable. So when we want to provide the result, so we want that whenever user will select any of the operation, based on the operation it will perform the operation, and that operation should be, result of that operation should be display here in this variable, right? So if we will change the, here if we will select here, if we will change the value of this variable, it will automatically reflect here, right? So how we can do, we have to go for the operation. So here you can see this is the combo box, and we have event, we have Combobox event name as value. It means that whenever user will select any value, this event will occur, and whenever this event will occur, it will execute this chain. So the default chain created Combobox change value. Even we can change the name, or you can let it be the same. So now here we have to add the operation. What operation we want to perform when user will select the value? So we want to perform some operation. So before performing operation, we have to identify the operation, what operation user have selected. For example, here you can see, go to the live mode, and here in the select operation we have multiple values. So how we can identify, in the action chain, how to identify that which operation user have selected. So that's why you can see, if you go to the here design, here select, and here you can see in the event we have one parameters, that is value. So this value parameter will having the value of based on each and every each and every option. So suppose user will select the addition, so based on addition we have values as plus symbol, right? As we added here, for addition we have the value as plus. So this plus will reflect in the action chain. So how it will reflect to the action chain? Based on the event, you can see we have parameters. Which parameters we have? Input parameter as value. Here you can see. So this value we will map to the variable. So go to the action chain again, click here combo box value chain, and here we have to perform the operation. So you know that here we have to add the logic. Right, here we have to add the logic of if statement. So we know that we have multiple if statement. We have to identify if operation is plus, operation is minus. For whenever we require that, we know that we have multiple operation, instead of using if statement we will go for switch. So here we have switch statement. I will drag this switch here, and in switch you know that first they are asking the value, on which value we have to check the logic, we have to check the condition. The first, once you will click here, drag the switch, and you will select here in the switch, it will ask the variable name. This value, it means that the variable name, for which variable we have to add the logic, we have to check that plus minus and all. So we know that we have variable, which variable? So if you will go to the fx, here you can see this is the action chain value. This action chain value is the same parameters action chain value, right? So I will select this value, and this value having the value as plus minus. So now here in switch we added the value. So on which value we have to add the condition. So first we set the variable, where which variable we are going to check the condition. Now where we have to add the condition. So case is the condition, switch is the variable on which variable we have to add the condition, and case is the condition we have to add. So in case, what we want to add, so value should be here go, and here we want to check for plus, save. So what it means that if the value of this selected combo box value is plus, then what operation we want to perform? So here we have to do the operation. So what operation we want to perform? Here we want to assign the value. What value we want to assign? We want to assign the value to this result, and in this result what we want to assign? This value. So here we will go for fx, and here we want to assign that var first name plus var second number, save. And here we are done. So if user will select the plus, it will do the addition, and that addition will be stored in the result variable, and we already map this result variable with this result input box. Let me run this page and show you the application. Then later on we will add for different condition. So here you can see the first value we are going to provide 12, and second value as 14. If here we will select the addition, automatically it will add this two number and store this number into this value. If we will select the subtraction, it will not do anything. Why? Because we have not done the operation, not done the logic for this all these operations. So now let's move and add the logic for all these operations. So go to the action, and here we have the action, and we have to add the logic. Right? So here you can see, as I told you, that for each and every action we drop here in the design box, for same we have the code. So if you will go to the code section, you will be able to see. So here you can see this is the switch we added. In the switch, this value is the variable, the parameters variable for the action chain, and in this variable, in this value variable, will having the value as plus, minus, and the asterisks for the multiplication, and all these things we added as a static combo box. So now here we added the condition as if this value is plus, then do these things. So now we want to add another condition. So here I will just copy this one and add here. If this value is the value having minus, then perform the subtraction operation here. So I will use the minus. For same case, I will copy this case. So like using the code, it's really very easy. Else you need to go and you need to use the drop down. So here I will select the asterisk operation, and then here we will go for the multiplication. So here you can see we added three conditions. If you will go to the design, you will be able to see the three cases added. The switch, case for plus, case for minus, case for asterisk. For remaining, we can again add the same. So again go to the code, and here I will again copy this case part. So here instead of this one I will go for slash. So here why we are getting error? We are getting error because in a case we can't have duplicate same value twice. That's why we have the error. So here let me replace this one slash, and here we will use the operation. So here default is removed. So let me go undo. Yeah. So here instead of asterisk, okay, sorry. Yes, and here we'll go for slash and the last for reminder. So here instead of this value we will go for percentage, and here again we will go for the, and here we have to remove this one, add the percentages. Now we are done with the all these changes. In default I don't want to do anything, so in default let it be the same. So now here go to the design part, and you can see we added all the conditions in the switch. Case for plus, for minus, you can see for plus we have addition operation, for minus we have subtraction, for asterisk we have multiplication, for the slash we have the division, and for the percentage we have the percentage operation to find the remainder. In default I don't want to do anything. So now everything is fine. Go to the page designer. This is our page. Let's run the page again. It will load the page, and once the page loaded we will be able to perform our operation. So here you can see the first value. Let me add first value as 18 and the second value as 3. So once we will select the operation as plus 18 3, it will be 21. Now if we will select the value as subtraction, it will be 15. 18 minus 3, 15. If we will go for the multiplication, it will be so as 18 into 3 by 54. The same way we can go for division and the remainder. So this is the way we can use the combo box, and for adding the condition in the action chain we can use the switch statement, switch action. So this is the simple way. Even if we want to add different logic, so go here, this is the event, and suppose if we want to add the notification, we can add the notification here. All the things we can do one by one. So this is the simple way we created application. Yes, if you have any queries and you want to ask anything, don't forget to ask the question in comment box, and don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you so much again for watching this video.